Good morning, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pokemon Go. So today, we're going to talk about the Megas that everyone has already done their video on, but it's taken me a few days to get all my thoughts together. So let's get started. But first, let's talk about Community Day yesterday. I was over in Shibuya, only got 2 shinies, however I had a ripper of a day doing some raids. We managed to get a Marowak, an Executor, and 2 Registeels, and one of them was 100%. Cannot believe I managed to get myself a 100% Registeel. One of the worst legendaries you could possibly get, but it's still 100%. Now, there is a Regi raid about to happen here in about 2 minutes. Let's see if our luck continues. Go. There is 15 people in with me so far, so that's always good. 17. I think there was 20 in the lobby when we started. I'm not sure what happened to the other 3. Yeah, so anyway, it's taken me a few days to get my thoughts together to do the Mega video. I know everyone else has done one, but I'm actually thought of like battle rework, a better PvP system that we could possibly have in this game. All those sort of things is what I've been thinking of, rather than just going, oh, these are the Megas coming, potentially. I've thought of how we might be able to get them into the game, how they would affect the game, their limitations, the benefits of having them, the negatives of having them, all that sort of stuff. So after we finish this raid, we're going to talk about that, and then we're back off to Imperial Palace to do Eevee Day today. However, again, I'm probably not going to take you with me, purely because it's really hot. My phone is just dying in the backside every time I start to play. And all I could imagine is how much my phone would die if I do a live stream plus play. It's just going to kill so fast. And we'll knock that out in about 1.5 minutes. If that. Eight shots. Let's see if we can do it in 8 shots, yeah? Really? Stop moving. Seriously. Get in the damn ball. And the Pikachus are on the run again. Critical. So, just before I was about to start talking about my Mega thing, look what just turned up. A Hariyama, which is, I think, is quite appropriate considering we're in Japan. So, only fitting that we catch the Sumo Pokemon. Now, I kind of want to catch it, so I'm going to do Gold and Ultra. Even though he's not really worth it, you know. It's for the whole experience. And that was an excellent. How did that not get excellent counter? There we go. I hope it's actually a fairly decent one, because that would be okay, cool. Amazing. Attack. Always good. Excellent. Nice. Nice. Alright, just before I start, this is going to be a pure speculation, my personal opinions and all whatnot. So don't roast me. I'm happy to have a conversation and talk about your point of view with my point of view. But in saying that, no stupidness. Right. So let's get started. Before Megas come into the game, we need to have a massive battle rework. And by that I mean we need to have scrapping the tap. And I know a lot of the speed raiders will be like, oh, but that's how we get through. And I totally agree. You're right. That is how you get the battles done so far. Wouldn't it be more exciting if there was strategy, if there was actual skill involved in taking down things. As though in you have 4 moves. With that, then you can customize your Pokemon. So you have your 4 moves, you have your fast move 4, and then 3 other charge moves. Or any combination of that. You could have 1 charge move and 3 fast moves. That'll throw a wrench in the party. Think about it. All of a sudden you're going against a Tyranitar, and it doesn't have any charge moves. It has 4 speed moves. So yes, it would still be kind of tap tap. Instead of just being tap 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 tap, you would go tap, up, charge, tap, across, speed, tap, down, other charge, you know? So you'd have your 4 moves in a circle. This is how I could see a battle rework happening. And then once you've got a battle rework done, you could drop Megas in. I actually forgot to mention this. I just realized that while I'm editing this video. I forgot to say you need to drop abilities into the game as well prior to dropping Megas. Otherwise, most of the Megas have a unique ability attached to them. Without them, they're going to be completely and utterly useless into the game. They'll become another Alolan form Pokemon. Now back to the video. Because most of the Megas end up getting special moves or special stats added to their thing, like Pinsir all of a sudden gets flying, Charizard X finally gets Dragon. You know, like, it's a huge thing to say Megas are coming, but to implement them in the game is going to require so much under the screen work, all that sort of jazz. We're going to have to wipe out so much we have right now to increase what we could potentially have. To have Megas, I just can't get my head around it, I'm sorry. To bring Megas into the game, yes, there is a form section already in the coding. You could drop Megas into there and it could just be like an Alolan form. I'd hate that. I'm gonna say I would be so against having Megas in that style. If they're going to give us Megas, do it properly. Give us a Mega Ring. And then, you know what the other hard thing would be? All of the Mega Stones that you have to give your Pokemon to have it go Mega, make them 1 use. Don't do it like the main series where you give it to a Pokemon and they hold it forever. Give it to Pokemon and it's 1 time and 1 time only use. It Megas up, and you can only have 1 Mega at a time. It does its battle, the battle finishes, it reverts back to its base form. That's how I could personally see it working. If they did it like that, I'm sure a lot of purists would be like, oh no, that's not the right game. That's not the way it works. It's not Pokemon, the main series. It's Pokemon Go. We can't have everything the same way. We need to have some things change up a bit. So I personally think, for now, have if and when Megas do come, exclusive to Gen 1. Make it only Gen 1 Pokemon for now. So that is Venusaur, Charizard with 2 forms, Blastoise, Alakazam, Gengar, Kangaskhan, Pinsir, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Mewtwo with a Y and an X form, Beedrill, Pidgeot, and Slowbro. I don't think I missed anyone, but let me know if I did miss any Gen 1s. Don't think we need any of that in the game yet. Let me know your opinions. And like I said, this is purely my opinion, my speculation. So I also feel it being exclusive to PvP, they should actually make it a league. Have a league in the game so that you do so many PvP battles and all of a sudden you have access to an official Niantic gym. Say something like Brock. You have to battle Brock. And then once you got Brock, you then go to the next rank. You do some more PvP battles. And then you have access to Misty. And so on and so on. And once you've done all of the 8 battles, you then have access to an official Niantic Pokemon League. You could take on all of them. I would love that. But again, it's a lot of work, and I'm sure down the track they have this all planned. But this is what I think needs to be in the system before we even think of having Megas in the game, anything like that. Bring the game up to a standard and then drop extra features. Because as the game is right now, Megas are just going to be another gimmick. And now that, I think, is the end of today's episode. I've done my rant, I've done my rave. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. Till tomorrow, Nightclasher signing off.